A Jewish photographer living in Poland illegally documented the genocide in the Jewish ghetto. He buried the negatives and went back after the war was over to get them. Hitler did not want the public to ever see these pictures, and they have never been seen before. I'm going to tell you the remarkable story behind them right now on I.O. Welcome to Informoverload, where we overload you with information. I'm Charlotte Dobre. Please take a moment to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Heinrich Ross, a Polish Jew, risked his life to illegally take photos of the Jewish ghetto known as Lodz. He documented the deplorable conditions of the ghetto, where he and his family were imprisoned for 4 long years, along with 160,000 Polish Jews. Ross was a sports photographer during peacetime, but when the war began, he was enlisted by the ghetto's Department of Statistics to shoot identification photos and propaganda images of the factories. Warsaw once had a blooming textiles industry, but while he was taking propaganda photos, he was secretly taking candid photography of the appalling conditions the people in the ghetto lived in. The pictures showed people suffering from severe starvation, some fainting in the streets, disease, skulls and bones that littered the ground, people digging in the rubble for food, and the deportation of ghetto children. Ghettos were the Nazis' way of controlling Jews. The Nazis would take their property and exploit their labor. There were almost 1,000 Jewish ghettos, where many lost their lives, but many more clung to survival. Ross's children grew up in these conditions. He said that if he were caught with these photographs, he would have been killed and his family tortured. Ross buried thousands of negatives and prints in jars, 3,000 to be exact, and returned later to uncover the painful truth. But perhaps the most remarkable part about these photographs, and perhaps the part that Hitler didn't want you to see, is that amid all of the sadness, hunger, and pain, there are still people smiling in defiance, hoping for a better future, and for an end to the insanity. Here we see a woman smiling with her newborn baby. Here we see a wedding in the ghetto. And here is a Jewish policeman celebrating with his friends. Jewish people still found ways to continue Jewish life and traditions. The Red Army finally liberated the Lodz ghetto on January 19, 1945. In March 1945, Ross finally returned to Lodz to retrieve his negatives and develop the photos. Many had been destroyed by groundwater, but the ones that survived are currently on display at the Art Gallery of Ontario. Alrighty friends, that is all for this video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, you should check out this video right over here about a 128-year-old man who claims to be Hitler. I'll see you over there.